Now, national hunt racing is one of the toughest sports in the world, and we never cease to be amazed by the resilience of the horses, the jockeys and the trainers. And the man who captured our hearts back in 1986 was jockey and Corkonian Johnjo O Neill when he and the gallant Dawn Run won the Cheltenham Gold Cup. Since then, Jonjo has gone on to beat cancer and become a highly successful trainer. He's one of the best loved and best respected people in the business. And Mary Fanning went to Gloucestershire, to Jackdaw's Castle, to meet up with the one and only Johnjo O Neill.
These are the scenes that brought Johnjo O Neill and Dawn Run into our sitting rooms. He became a national hero. But these are the glory days, the culmination of teamwork that seems to go on forever. Many hours on the gallops, watching and waiting. And it was here, on the gallops of Jackdaw's Castle, that I found Jonjo on an early morning start in the Cotswolds.
It's all about, you know, getting the best out of them, really, finding the right races for them, the right tracks and the right ground. And if the horses are happy at home and they're exercised, they'll eat up, you know, so once they're eating, you can train them. When they stop eating, you can't train them, you know. It's all about good stuff and that, you know. You can only do so much yourself, really, and we're very lucky. We've got great staff and a great team together, really, and they enjoy it, you know. People that are in this game, they do it for the love of the game rather than the money, you know. It's a 24-hour job, really, and you know, it's like having kids at home. They get sick and they get colic and they get cast and they knock their legs and do all sorts and at all sorts of times of the day. So it's important that you love the job, really, because that's the only way you get the best out of them, and care and attention 24/7, you know.
The training facilities at Jackdaw's Castle are of Olympic standards.
We've got 3 solariums, we've got 2 treatment rooms and a couple of wash boxes and the swimming pool. We've got the walking facilities, we've got a fantastic indoor school and brilliant gallops, you know. So the gallops are, you know, first class. Nobody else uses them, really, so we can pull out at any time of day. We can go in the afternoon, in the morning, do whatever suits the horse, really. Any treatment he needs, we can do it for them. So we're very lucky. It's a great facility, really.
How important is it to have kind of Olympic standard training facilities?
Well, I think it's like a bicycle, you know, the wheel and the bike. You've got lots of spokes in it, really, and you know, that's what makes it run free. So that's the way I look at it, really. You try and get everything. Nothing is going to make anything a magical thing to work, really, but if you get them all working together, I think it works well, and hopefully you get the best out of the horses, you know, and keep them happy, you know.
The indoor riding school before the horses go to the gallops to do their work is where Johnjo O Neill assesses, watches and makes plans. How long is it before you know whether you have a racehorse or not?
When he wins a race. We have lots of morning glories, you know, they work well at home and do everything really well, but when they go on to the race course, it's a different story, you know. So really, until they go on to the race course, you don't really know. You can have lazy horses at home, you know, don't show you much, and they go to the race course and they're fantastic, you know, like Synchronized, for example, wouldn't show you a whole lot at home now. He just turned out to be a right little horse, you know. So really, you don't know until they be competitive in the race course, to be honest.
Champion jockey Tony McCoy, he comes storming up the hill to win the Gold Cup. Synchronized wins, the Giant Bolster second, Long Runner 1 pace third, then Burton Court in fourth.
When you watch Jonjo the trainer, you say, he's so laid back, but the brain is always working. His ability to think outside the box produces genius strikes, like 2010 Grand National winner Don't Push It. That horse wouldn't settle in the yard, so Jonjo turned him out of the sheep, and he was happy, well wrapped up in his rugs and newfound friends. This was the result.
He's going to at last win the Grand National. It's Don't Push It, Tony McCoy at the 15th attempt. He wins the Grand National. Don't Push It as the winner. In second place, Black Appalachian.
It's everything, you know, to win the Grand National. I've won lots of big races, and I'm supposed to be a good jockey. If I don't win the Grand National, then it's a bit of a negative to the CB. But I'm delighted, you know. I'm delighted for my mum and dad. You know, they've been great to me.
Fantastic. I thought it would never happen to me, to be honest, but I'm delighted it's happened, and delighted for AP and JP and Noreen and all the lads. It's brilliant.
That partnership with AP McCoy, Jonjo and owners breeders JP and Noreen McManus produces magic moments, keeps hundreds of people in employment. But what does the jockey think of the trainer?
He's been around a long time, and as I said, was a very successful jockey. And it's like everything in life, the longer you do things, the more you pick up and the more you learn. And he's certainly done that. But you're right, he's the only thing I have in common with him is that I broke every bone on my body as well. So other than that, but I don't think I will be following in his footsteps and trying to be a successful trainer, that's for sure.
Joking apart, Anthony McCoy is special. His record speaks for itself, but he loves the industry and emphasises its importance.
I think there's about 6,500 stable lads, I think, in the UK. So that's how many stable staff get employed to look after the horses. So yeah, it's a huge business. Obviously, it can be. It's huge business. It's there for a lot of fun of a lot of people, but it creates a lot of jobs, and it's a good way. It's a good way of life, you know. I'm very lucky. I probably work on slightly more glamorous side of it than some others, but it's a good way of life.
The essential component in any partnership is the jockey, or in this case, AP McCoy. Jonjo says he's a genius, and AP sums up what he thinks makes a good jockey.
Probably don't want to be too intelligent, because if you were, you wouldn't be doing the job for a start. But I think it's like any sport. It's about reactions and instincts, and a lot of my friends or Johnjo O Neill, the trainer, will tell you I'm probably better off doing my job in instinct rather than going out with a plan, because I'd forget the plan for starting. I'm not intelligent to remember it. So yeah, I think it's like all sports. I think it's all about instinct.
How the crowd are loving this for AP McCoy. 7-1 with Paddy Power this morning, although there were non-runners, and returned in the end. The price-wise horse in the racing post, the 5-1 favourite. Listen to that! I've never heard such roars of approval.
The Irish and the horse are joined at the hip. We love watching them, we love the racing, and we love working with them. So little wonder the assistant head lad at Jonjo's is Irish.
Why do so many Irish stable staff come to England? Because there's more jobs,
I think there's more opportunities here, more racing than at home, and I suppose there's more racing during the week and everything compared to at home, and more horses here, so they get more opportunities. All the jockeys seem to get plenty of rides here, so...
And you were delighted because you found an old friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's this fella?
His finger on the pulse, the one and only. It's an old face to be seen around the place.
So you were with him in a former yard, was it?
Yeah, I was with him and Tom Taffs. He won the juicing when I first started in Taffs, and then won the Galway Plate just before I left, so he's a bit of an old favourite.
Johnjo O Neill will continue his training career and no doubt give the public many hours more pleasure. But his biggest battle was against cancer in 1986, the first year he started training.
Now then, the word cancer kind of frightens the life out of you anyway, you know, and at that stage there was a few people beginning to get better from it, like Bob Champion and that, so that gives you a lot of inspiration, you know. And it's like everything, is putting yourself in the right hands, really, the right people. And I was very lucky to meet some very good people in Christie's in Manchester, and they looked after me tremendous. And I was pretty fit probably at the time as well, and didn't used to drink and smoke, and that probably all helped as well, you know. But with a couple of years in the limbos, but we got there in the end.
Since then, he has become an ardent supporter of fellow former jockey and cancer survivor Bob Champion and his research fund. And he has this advice.
If you give up, you can curl over and die tomorrow sort of style, you know, no matter what your injuries are, whether it's sickness, injuries or whatever, you know, you've got to keep looking forward to the next highlight really and try and create one if there isn't one, you know, something to look forward to, you know, and you just never give up.
Giving up is not in Johnjo O Neill's vocabulary. But what about his future as a trainer?
Hopefully champion trainer. We have some nice young horses coming on, but you never seem to think you have enough of them really, so let's hope we get some nice young horses to look forward to, and we'll keep trying.
And no doubt Jonjo will continue to work with the team at Jack does, producing winners and providing us with lovely moments and lovely memories.